Hey guys, I'm Prophecy.
And I'm Ariel, and welcome to the Enlightenment. I was gonna say the Lightning Podcast. Welcome to the Lightroom Podcast. It's been so long. Genuinely, it has actually been so long. I don't even remember the last time that we had filmed and edited and posted. And even on our Instagram, we've been so inactive.
Hard. It's really hard.
But, guys, bear with us. It's summer. We've got jobs. We've still got, so many things going on.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff. So, for today's episode, I have been really praying about this topic and, just figuring out, what conversation Prophecy and I could have. And I was thinking, what if we talk about what people don't talk about when following God? When following Christ. Because I feel like everybody talks about all the good things and all the pros, but nobody talks about the cons and what could be considered bad or negative about following God. And so today we're just going to be really leaning into that conversation and really being honest and truthful and genuine with our answers in this conversation.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think it's also just hard in general, because as Christians, a lot of time we just assume that our life will be perfect, or that we assume it will be better.
Yeah.
Or we're just we're Christian now. Oh, that means that we have no problems. That means that it's sunshine and rainbows. That's so not the reality.
It's just not realistic.
No, it's not true, and that's not how life works. And I think that I'm really glad that honestly this is the topic we landed on, that you did a lot of work into.
Yeah.
Because I think that it's something that even I think you and I probably needed.
Yeah.
To hear.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
If you want to read the verse, our main verse.
Okay, so our primary verse for today is John 16, verse 33. And it says, "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. You will have suffering in this world. Be courageous. I have conquered the world." I absolutely love this verse. This, I think, is going to summarize a lot of the topics that we talk about.
Yeah.
Because here, it's literally just saying, your life's not going to be good. The world sucks, and you're going to suffer. But
no, exactly.
He has already beat the world.
Yeah.
So, no matter what we go through, there's nothing he can't overcome for us.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. I was literally, word for word, exactly how you literally said it. I genuinely think that we should never consider our religion, we should never consider, the walk with God, with Christ, to be, just gonna skip and nothing's gonna happen to me,
skipping along,
I'm I can't be beat anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people think about it that way, that they're oh, well, now that, I have God, now that I have Christ, now that I have Jesus in my life, my life will just go flow easily.
Yeah.
My life will be, like you said, it's just not that way. And that's just the reality of it.
I feel especially when there's things that you didn't see coming, because a lot of times I feel you're Christian, whatever this and this, but I feel there's a lot of and we're gonna touch on pretty much a lot, as many as we could think of.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of small things that you don't realize, and I feel a lot of those are what happens when you're alone struggling with things going on in your life. Little warning, we're gonna have a trauma dump.
Disclaimer right now before we start actually going through everything.
We're gonna be talking in this episode about personal stories of times when it was really hard for us and when we were struggling through something, and we just kind of got lost a little bit, but then God still pulled through in the end, because he will never not pull through. And so bless you.
Wow. And I'm just gonna go back to the verse. It literally says in the verse that I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. He never had said that, your life will be easy now, your life will, I'll just give you whatever you ask for. That's not what he's saying. He's saying that you're following me and it will be hard. He never said might or it may be.
I that.
It's a will. You will have a hard time, because I don't know, I feel it's just so hard to be how do I explain this? I saw this thing that really made me like this topic, that kind of confirmed that I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
And it was just this girl speaking, it was through a TikTok, guys. I'm on there, but like she just said something along the lines of like the reason why it feels like your life was so much easier before you had Christ in your life was because the devil had no reason to attack you.
Yeah.
And that there was no reason for him to get in the way or be in between what you and Christ has. But now that you're following him and now that you're putting, you know, your life at risk to follow God, just like not even between you and the devil, but between maybe your friends, maybe social media, maybe everything, right? Because the world is against Christ. Yeah. And like that's why I was like, dang, like that's crazy to just like realize that, yeah, you know what? Like, life will be hard even if you follow Christ. And, like, to think about it, guys, like, even when Jesus was on earth, like, he didn't have a good life. Yeah, everybody hated him. He didn't have an easy life. Yeah. He literally died on the cross. He could have chose not to do that. Like, he could have easily been like, wow, God, like, I'm following you, and now all of a sudden you're putting me through this. Like, why? Like, no, like... He's saying, okay, like, I understand that this is hard, and I know that this is a trial that I have to face, but at least I know I have peace in myself and within, like, our relationship that I will go through it with you. Yeah. And, yeah. And that also kind of reminds me of, like, the story of... It was, like, when they were on the boat with Jesus, and it was raining so hard, and then Jesus...
Isn't that with the disciples? Yeah. I think it's Peter who's the one who's doubting.
Yes, and then... And I think, like, Peter, like, doubted him or something like that. And then God was like, yo, chill. Like...
And Peter's like, aren't you gonna do something? Like, we're gonna drown. And then Jesus is, like, sleeping. And he's like, y'all need to chill out.
Like, Jesus was like, bro, it's just a little water. It's just a little water, guys. Like, Jonah was eaten by fish. Like, you're good. You're good. You're above water.
We always find a way to bring up Jonah in the whale. It's, like, our favorite thing.
I know, because it's just so silly. Like, how did you end up there, bro?
I really like how you said that he specifically says in the verse, like, I will bring you peace. He doesn't say, I'll make it easier. Yeah. Because I think there's a discrepancy between those. Making it easier would be taking away the problem. Bringing you peace is, like, working with you through the problem and, like, guiding you through it and, like, helping you find a way through it. Versus, like, because, like, again, like you said, like, the problems aren't going to go away. Your life's not going to be easier. But he's just going to, like, find a way to get you through it.
Walk you through it.
Exactly. I like that. I like that you said that.
Yeah. Now that we're kind of, like, in, like, the zone, guys. A little bit. We actually want to, like, kind of tone down the mood a little bit.
Right when we go up, we're gonna go back down.
We're gonna go back down. I feel like this is, like, a good, like, I guess, conversation between, like, obviously you and I, but also, like, whoever might be watching this. Yeah. Like, like I said, like, this whole topic in itself is such a big and, like, heavy topic, at least to me. Yeah. Because, like, guys, like, it really isn't easy. And I also just want to put out there that, like, with these examples that we're gonna, like, start talking about, these are literally things that God has made us go through and really put us in a storm.
Do you want to go first?
Start, bro. You can start.
We're like weighing, like, what's worse? What are we?
No, they're both really bad.
My story was, so I came to Christ in 2024. I wasn't baptized until June of 2025, so I just had my, like, 1 year baptism anniversary. Yay. I didn't really get, like, fully into my faith until early 2025. Like, I would say, like, late 2024 to early 2025 was when I, like, really started getting into it. I feel like the first maybe, and I guess, like, we would have different experiences because it's so interesting, the dynamic of, like, growing up in the family and, like, either falling away and coming back or like whatever it might be versus, like, not experiencing it and then, like, completely just being shoved into it. It's, like, two very different experiences. But, like, for me in the very beginning, I was like, wow, like, this is amazing, like, guys, like, I'm saved, like, this is so nice, like, God's my best friend, like literally what you said, like, sunshine rainbows, like, the first few months I was like, oh my gosh, this is, like, amazing, like nothing's against me, like, it was literally just like I'm reading my Bible and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, God just loves me, like, this is so, like, I can't believe I didn't have this before, like, you're just so happy. And then in the end of February of 2025, so, like, right when I'm just, like, starting to, like, really, like, get into my faith, we found out that my mom has cancer, and that was, like, the most, like, disruptive thing to, like, my life that I have, like, ever experienced. And it was like a struggle at the time, like with my faith, because I was like, on one hand, I was trying really hard to like stay strong in my faith and be like, you know, like just trust. But then at the same time, of course, I'm going to question like, God, like, why would you let this happen? Like, how could you do this to me? How could you do this to my family? How could you? And so that was like a struggle for me where I had to really learn to trust God. And those were like some of the hardest months of my life when like we were like awaiting test results, and then she went in for surgery, and then we were waiting surgery results, and then we're waiting for like all of like the after treatments, and we're just like going through step by step. And I just remember like every single step of the way, it wasn't at all easy. And it wasn't until afterwards, when now my mom is cancer free, thankfully, thank the Lord, it wasn't until afterwards when I was like, God, like I see now why that happened at the time it did, because I don't think I would have became as strong in my faith if that hadn't happened. Because I think I would have gotten comfortable in my faith if that hadn't happened at the time it did. I think if it had came any sooner, I probably wouldn't have been strong enough to keep my faith. And I think that if it had came any later, I would have been too comfortable already. I think it came at the right time where it pushed me enough in my faith where God was like, look, like your relationship with me is not going to be easy, and like whatever happens, I need you to trust me no matter what. And like I said, in the moment I didn't understand it, but looking back now, I'm extremely grateful that in a weird messed up way it happened when it did, because obviously I would never wish that upon anybody, and I am very sad that like my mom and my family that we had to go through that. God's timing is just like,
it's so perfect.
It is so perfect. And like the fact that it happened when it did, and the fact now that I look back and I'm like, you know what, if like the fact that it happened when it did just shows like God's providence in my life, because he knew that I needed that to push me in my faith, to like make me grow stronger, because it was that made me know for a 100% fact, no, like I need God in my life, because I wouldn't have gotten through this without God. And that's why I got baptized in the June of 2025, because then after I had gone all through that and I was, you know, figuring out how to deal with it with like my family, and I was just trying to like figure everything out, I was like, you know what, like God has showed me these past few months that like he will not leave me no matter what. And so I'm like forever, I think now in my faith, I think I can see, or at least I say this now and then something's gonna happen and I'm gonna not know how to handle it. But I feel like going through that so early in my faith has given me now a little bit of like hindsight experience, where now I can be like, you know what, like if something happens, I might not understand why, like I'm just gonna trust him, and I'm just gonna trust his peace.
Girl.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's like,
like it's crazy too, because I think we weren't even filming yet. Like we didn't have that idea, like this podcast idea.
This wasn't till
that was all like happening. And so, you know, like genuinely, like even I could see like the change, because like even just like catching up with prophecy, I'd be like, oh, like how's your mom, or like how are you? And she's just like, girl,
how are you?
It's so understandable that like that big change in your life would ruin, or like not ruin, but would change like the dynamic of your relationship with God. But it's just so refreshing to see that you still pulled through, and that God still pulled me through.
I didn't do it myself.
That, like,
I did zero work. I was like, drag me, and then he dragged me, and then I made it.
I'm genuinely so proud that like you were able to like see like your circumstance and your situation, and still was like, okay, like I'll trust you. Because I know so many people, and I know me, like myself, where I have gone through, and like I'll obviously go like with my story, but I have gone through so many like situations where I'm like, bruh, like I give up, but then it's just like a smack in like in the head, and God is just like, bro, what do you mean you give up?
Like,
do you see what what I have to put through because of you? Do
you see what I deal with every day? You don't know.
Just like, you have to deal with you. I have to deal with 8 billion people, and then we're here. Well, obviously you had a good reason to pray, and I'm here like, I give up, but you know, we're back. We're here.
So what happened there?
What happened?
Oh my gosh.
How do I just wait?
We should not be laughing about this.
I know, but it's just so uncomfortable to talk about. Because what do you mean? No, okay, I'm sorry. I just like,
You laugh. We
If I'm
laugh so
not-
we don't cry. It's
yeah,
okay.
If I'm not laughing about it, I'm crying about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would rather laugh about it. Okay, this is really uncomfortable. Kind of wanna like not do this. I'm out.
Girls, like, sit back down. We just talked about this. You're not giving up.
So basically,
Yeah.
like last year I'm gonna give you guys like timestamps because like this is like I think the most unbearable like thing. Like I genuinely didn't know when they exist. It was July 9. Oh no, July 8.
Is this 2025?
Yes.
Okay.
July 8th, 2025, that's when I and my friends went to Stampede.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically, like, life was good, everything was good. And then I got home, woke up the next day, boom, your grandpa died. And I was just like, oh. Obviously, I wasn't like, oh, but
It was like...
I was
Wow.
so in shock because it's just like, what do you mean? And if, obviously, you guys don't know this, but I had gone through such a big like non-talking stage with my mom's side, and it was like the biggest, like most heartbreaking, most like hardest thing I had to do for myself, but I knew that I had to do it, and if I didn't, I wouldn't have grown within myself, and I wouldn't have grown through like my relationship with God. And I know in ways, obviously, like that's not how I wanted it to go, and it could have been way better. Just like that thought in itself was like such a big thing for me because I had just reconnected with my mom like maybe a few days ago. So like before a few days before like July 8th.
Wow.
And so then I think it was July 5 that I had met her, and then July 6 was when I was like, okay, let me go home and like say hi to my grandparents because I haven't said hi to them in like a year. And so then I was like, okay, like this is great, like everything's great, like we're all talking, we're all connecting, like we're all catching up, it's great. July 9 hits, obviously this is like maybe 4 days after I had just said hi to like my grandpa, and like then like all of a sudden I'm getting news that he passed away in his sleep.
Wow.
And I'm just like, oh, like what do you mean, like how is this like my life right now? And I'm just like questioning everything. And obviously there's so many, like obviously when someone dies in your family, like you can't like think properly.
Yeah.
And so then when I was going through all of this, I was just like, wow, like I genuinely feel like the only person that I was close to in this family is now gone. And like it just felt like so heartbreaking to me, and I felt like, how am I supposed to show my face here, and how am I supposed to feel okay knowing that he didn't get to meet the people that I wanted him to meet because he's gone. And so then I was just like, wow, like God, why? Like we were almost there, like we were so close to like being okay again, and then you hit this. Like you put me here, and I'm just like, wow, like I don't know how to deal with this. And so I just completely like I was gone. Like I was gone for I don't even know how long. And so then I was just like I just completely shut down. And I didn't know how to bring myself back up because every single day I felt like I was just crying. I didn't work for like literally 2 months. And like I was just so angry. Like I was so angry at the world. I was so angry with my family. I was like angry with everybody, and I didn't want to deal with anything, and I just felt like I don't even want to be here. Because it's like the guilt I felt knowing that I had just started talking to him again, and then for him to like be gone and now I can't reconnect with him anymore was like a big guilt already. But then to think that like now that he's gone, and like the way that my family was acting, being like, oh do this, do that, do this, and like I'm just like, bro, what? Like he just died. Like what do you mean let's do this? Whether or not they were trying to keep the situation light, to me it wasn't. And I was just like, wow, like God, I don't know if this is your works. I don't know if this is just my brain and Satan trying to like get to me, but I genuinely felt like I didn't know what to do. Like that's it. And like I would come home and Jam, like my boyfriend, he would just like, he didn't even know what to do. Because I wasn't eating, I wasn't drinking, I wasn't like nothing. And then I think a few days after that, or like a week after that, we decided to go to the Philippines trip. And I didn't book my flight because I obviously was gonna work, and I had already told them like I'm not coming to that trip, like whatever. But obviously since my grandpa couldn't go because for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, well, we can't like refund this, so you might as well just go. That also in itself was another guilt thing, because what do you mean he
like,
can't go?
Like you're going in his place.
Yeah, like what do you mean he can't go? And he was the one that was excited for that trip. Like, we didn't even want to go on that trip. We went because he wanted to go on that trip.
That's hard.
And so it's just like, what do you mean that the people that was taking this for granted is now going, but the one that wanted to go so bad, the one that wanted to go home, can't go. And like, he hated here. Like, he hated Canada so bad. And I was like, bro, like, I can't take that. Like, my brain can't process that, because like, what do you mean now he needs to be buried here, the place that he hates most? And it's just like, God, like, you're testing me. Like, I genuinely was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. Because like, how, like, there's so many, like, there's so many levels, how many trials I've been through, how many things I've been put through. And it's just like a never-ending thing for me. And I'm just like, okay, I'm trusting you. And then I trust him, and it's just like, boom, your grandpa died. Or boom, somebody did this to you. Or like, you know, and I'm just like, whatever. Like, I'm done. And then we reconnected. And then I was like, okay, like, you started getting close to like God and stuff. So then I was like, oh, like, it feels so refreshing knowing that if you can do it, then I can do it too. So then I was like, okay, like, I need to like think of something that will get me up there again. And then I was like, hey, like, what if we do this podcast? And I was like, oh. And then so like now I'm just trying to like rebuild it, but obviously it's so hard, because like that, I guess like me mourning my grandpa is still there, obviously. And it just like it was just like 2 weeks ago that like it was like his first anniversary, or first death anniversary. But yeah, that's like, I guess, an example of God's goodness and God's like peace and gracefulness in your life, when something so life-shattering is like there with you. And it was so easy. It could be so easy to just be like, bro, I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna follow him anymore. I'm not gonna like devote my life for him anymore. But it's just so much easier to know that you have somebody to rely on when you're going through all that. And so that's mine.
Wow. I will say, like, I remember, like, vaguely, because, like, we weren't as close last summer. But, like, I just remember, like, texting you and you just, like, being like, girl, like, I'm going through it right now. But I will just say, like, I think I can't believe, like, in all of that, how God still works, in the sense that what are the, like, if let's say that this wasn't the work of God, let's just say hypothetically. What are the chances that you reconnected with your mom and got to see him one last time?
No, literally
like 2 days before he passed.
Exactly.
That's not a coincidence. Like, the fact that God knew that probably you needed to see him, even if you didn't know it was the last time. Like, because how long had it been since you saw him before that?
Like a year.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine that. Like,
if he just...
It's so crazy. Yeah. Like, I feel like I would feel more guilty knowing that I didn't get to see him one more time. And, like, I don't know, guys. Like, God makes no mistakes, is all I can say. Like, he makes no mistakes. And it's crazy to me. Like you said, it just can't be a coincidence.
No.
Hypothetically, if there was no God, which there is, but hypothetically, it's crazy.
Yeah. It wouldn't be really a coincidence, But I will just say, like, even in the, like, past year, like, I'm, like, really proud of how far, like, you've come, like, in your faith. And especially going through something like that, even like you said, like, it's like rock bottom. Like, there's nowhere else you can go. Anyways, now that that's the trauma out the way. Like, out the way. Now that we're just, like, out in the open, I guess.
Now that we're kind of, like, shoving it under the rug.
It's okay, guys. God owns the rug, so he's taking care of it. He's got it. We're okay. We're fine. I promise.
We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine.
Oh, we're gonna get into more of, like, the actual conversation topics.
Oh, yes.
So I'll just read out, like, a couple of the bullet points, and then we're not gonna like touch on, like, each one, like, word for word. We're just gonna kind of talk about, like, all of our perspectives on it. But some of the things that we feel like people aren't always prepared for, maybe, or people don't expect when following God and being Christian. Some of the things we came up with is like why following Jesus can feel so lonely, why obedience is not easy, why being a Christian doesn't remove suffering, when God can feel silent, why you don't always feel close to him, why following Jesus costs you a lot of things, like your relationships, your ego, whatever it might be, why like going to church might not always be easy, why Christians still struggle with sin, why God cares more about holiness than like our personal comfort, and then also just like why waiting and like trusting God's timing is really important to his plan, but is very difficult. And so like these might be like, we're not gonna like touch on each one individually, but these are things that just in general there are so like this could be a 1,000-word length list, and it could just go on and on about how difficult and all the difficult things about following God. So we're just going to touch on a couple of them, but I feel like the most, not important, but like a huge one I feel like is like why following God can feel lonely sometimes.
That is a really big one. I feel like that's like what most people kind of struggle with when like starting or still trying to like build up their relationship with God.
At least for me, one of the things like when I started following God was it felt lonely in the sense of not like you're lonely like you're alone, because I think there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Because you can be surrounded by people from church, you can be surrounded by your family, you can be surrounded by friends, but the reason why it can feel lonely, and I don't know, I think isolating might be too strong of a word, is just like you lose a lot of people who don't maybe align with what you are now believing in, and you lose a lot of, like, I would say friendships of people who you thought you were close to but then now don't align with what God wants for you. And so now the fact that you're distancing from these people that you were so close to for so long, you almost feel guilty for it, and you're almost like, wait, am I the bad guy in this situation? But then you realize that you're just trying to like trust God and just work with him, but then now you feel like you're losing all these friends, and then now it's just like, I feel like it's just so, it's really hard.
I guess like the only thing I can add to that is like not everyone is going to like accept God. Like it doesn't even have to be a you problem. Like technically, I think that when you're reflecting God's love like around you, a lot of people hate that. Like a lot of people get so defensive, either get so like mad about you being devoted to Christ. And to me, I guess like this is just like how I assume it, or like how I see it, but it's like it's almost as if the devil is working in their life to push them away from people that want to bring them closer to Christ. And like genuinely, I think that is how it works, because I've had it happen to me so many times where sometimes like my worldly thoughts or like something around that will like take over, and then you obviously get convicted, being like, dang, like no, you shouldn't be thinking that way, you shouldn't be feeling that way towards another person, you shouldn't be hypocritical about this thing or whatever example, right? And it can feel lonely at a lot of the time actually, because even if you're friends with other Christian like peers or whatever, not everybody's relationship with Christ is as equal to yours as whatever.
Some people will be more devoted, some people will be less into it, some people
and I think that we have our own like journey with Christ, and I think that that's why it feels so lonely. But I think that we should also change our mindset towards it, because being in a relationship with Christ shouldn't feel lonely. Like it shouldn't, but I know why it can. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? It, like, in our worldly, like, relationship, you know what I mean? Like, we're not, like, hanging out with our boyfriend or our girlfriend and being like, dang, I feel lonely. Like, you're not feeling that way. No. So it's like, why do we feel that way with Christ? And it's just the same thing. Like, that's how I, like, try to, like, switch my brain into thinking, you should never feel that way, because if you can never feel that way with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, why feel that way about your creator? Why feel that way about your father? And it's so much easier thinking about it that way, because you really shouldn't. But again, it's very understandable that some people will feel that way because we got different like, you know.
Also, like, just touching on a point that you brought up, I think, and this also relates back to our people pleasing episode, which is like a super important topic I cannot like emphasize enough, but I feel like also the reason why it can feel so lonely sometimes is because we, like, as Christians have a tendency to want to put others above ourselves.
Yes.
And so when you're surrounded by, like, let's say you're in a group of people who aren't believers, who aren't Christian, who aren't whatever, then for whatever reason something happens, a topic gets brought up, something happens, sometimes we don't want to say anything about it. But that can feel very isolating.
Yeah.
Or even if you do say something, that can also feel very isolating, because now it feels like you're
the target of
like
the group.
you're the target, or
Yeah.
like, oh, now everybody's thinking something differently of you, or like, oh man, like I had to be the one to say something, like now I like feel bad, or now I whatever.
Like, switch the vibe.
Exactly, like, and you're like,
that.
oh, I don't want to be like that person. But it is so important that even if you feel you're being like isolated, if you're like the only Christian, or you're being whatever, like that is literally what our primary verse talked about, is that you will be persecuted, and like you will go through it.
Exactly.
But just because you are going through something, or just because you're having like a challenging moment, doesn't mean that God's not there with you, and doesn't mean that you shouldn't still do what is best.
Yeah. Okay, and I also do just want to touch up on like why it can feel lonely, and like I wrote here, I just said, you won't always feel close to God because of dry seasons. Guys, it's gonna be there. Like, you're gonna go through it. Like, just like basing it off of our examples, like that was probably one of our most driest season,
the hardest
ever. And like not even just dry, but super hard. Like, everybody goes through it. I feel like nobody in this world could possibly be like, I've read the Bible every single day, and every single hour I think of God, and I've never done anything. Like, no, we have never fully like been perfect. Just to think about it, like when you have a dry season, you like, we can't even complain. Like, I feel like sometimes we need those in order for us to grow within our relationship with Christ, and that's just how it's going to be. Gotta be very spiritually disciplined. You can just be like a simple 5-minute talking to him. And I always say this in every single episode, because it's so incredibly important to keep that conversation, that communication with Christ, because at one point you're just gonna stop hearing the Holy Spirit like at all. And we don't want that, guys. We don't want that.
This verse, I think, ties a lot into what we were saying, and it's Hebrews 13:5. Keep your life free from the love of money. Be satisfied with what you have, for he himself has said, I will never leave you or abandon you. God is never leaving us. God is never making us be alone. He is never forsaking us. And we don't need to worry about the struggles and trials of the world, because he will take care of them for us. Like, he already died for us on that cross. Like,
and adding to that, actually, John 15 verse 18 to 21, I literally have it.
Ooh.
Here it says, if the world hates you, understand that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love you as its own. However, because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of it, the world hates you. Remember the word I spoke to you. Wow,
I love that verse. Even though it's saying that everyone's gonna hate me, I still
because
I love it.
As they should, to be honest. Also, like, our camera got super dark. I'm so sorry. Like, we're not filming in the morning anymore.
Yeah, we used to be like filming 9 a.m. like bright and early. Like, we do not have the time anymore.
No, guys.
I feel like this relates a lot into like why like following God, and why like being obedient in your faith doesn't always feel good, and why sometimes it can be really difficult, because you genuinely have to go against like your flesh, and you have to go against like almost like your instincts of like what you want. You literally have to go against what you want. And I feel like that's really difficult to do.
No, like it genuinely, like, to me it feels like almost like a switch in your brain. Like sometimes it's like on, and you just have to, like, there's like a little guy in there being like, no, keep that on, like, keep that on, like,
that's the Holy Spirit being like
literally like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing,
girl? Girl, don't think I can't see you right now. He's like,
what are you about to say?
It's like, hey, so don't do that.
No, like, literally, like, sometimes I like see myself about to think something, or like I'm on the way to say something and I'm like, wait, we're not allowed to say that.
We're not doing that.
We're not allowed to say that.
We're not doing that.
Obedience doesn't always feel good.
Oh my gosh.
That's like one of our points.
This might also be why a lot of people feel not burdened in their faith, but maybe discouraged from growing in their faith, is because they see, and this is how I felt for a long time too, maintaining their relationship with God as a chore. And they feel like, and they, instead of being like, wow, this is literally the creator of the universe left me a book to read, dibs, like,
no, literally.
Instead of thinking about it like that, it's like, oh, I have to read my Bible tonight because I'm supposed to do Bible study, but I'm so tired from work and I don't want to do it. And like, I'm okay, and I'm saying this as if I'm not guilty of this. I'm also so
literally,
guilty of this.
we're so guilty of this.
We take so many things for
granted.
Yeah. And I feel like that's why it makes obedience so much more difficult, because then we start thinking about it like it's an obligation rather than a privilege.
Yeah. You really gotta be like self-motivated, guys. Like, you can't just like rely on the Holy Spirit telling you and convicting you on what to do and how to do it and where to do it. And,
you know why? Because God gave us free will. And if
literally.
if he was just going to tell us 24/7 to worship him, then we wouldn't have the free will to choose to follow him or not.
Oh my gosh, that should be one of like just one episode in itself.
Because
I could go on and on and on.
I could go on about free will too.
Also, guys, I think I remember us saying in our last episode that technically this episode was supposed to be an episode with our boyfriends.
Controversial topics.
I'm so sorry. We're just so busy and
wait, wasn't it supposed to be controversial or something? With our special guests.
With our special guests.
And this is Luke 9:23-25. And it's, but he strictly warned and instructed them to tell this to no one, saying, "It is necessary that the Son of Man suffer many things and be rejected by the elders, chief priests, and scribes, be killed, and then be raised on the third day." Then he said to all of them, "If anyone wants to follow after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross daily, and follow me."
Deny himself, guys.
Literally, you have to deny yourself. You have to go against everything. All your like
God is literally not saying no. Like, you can be like half in, half out. No, you need to be either in or fully out.
The fence. Have you heard about the fence?
Yeah.
Like, it's like you cannot be sitting on the fence between Satan and God.
Yeah.
You cannot be, because you know why? Because Satan owns the fence.
That's literally why the fence is there.
You're either with God or you're not with God. There's no 50-50.
Yeah.
There's no like, oh, like, today I'm going to be with God, but then tomorrow I'm going to go to the club and drink and do whatever. But then the next day I'm going to read my Bible and then it's going to be okay. And then I'm going to, because there's a difference. Okay, this could be a whole nother topic too. There's a difference between God still forgiving our sins, because we all sin. I'm not saying that. And abusing grace. Because those are two different things. And I think that we need to talk about abusing grace.
Yeah.
Because this is a topic that like I struggled to understand for a really long time. But this is something that now also ties into when we were talking about how this generation won't call people out, because we think that if we call people out, it's seen as judging.
Yeah. Or like,
but there's a difference between telling someone to help convict them, to be like, hey, what you're doing is wrong and you shouldn't do that, versus then the person taking it and be like, well, you can't judge me, like, you sin too, like, you can't, because like, it's true, yes, everybody sins, but there's a difference between sinning and genuine like conviction versus abusing grace. Abusing grace. Race, not race.
Sorry?
Grace.
What do you mean?
Don't clip that.
Right don't get us canceled right now. What do you mean? She meant to add a G in the front, guys.
Guys, don't clip me. Please, don't clip me. Just the fact that we have to continue to be obedient even when it's difficult just discourages people more. We always say people, and like, this is including us. We are feeling like everything. It's just in general. Like, you feel, and I think that also ties into why like life doesn't feel easier after you get saved. Like, life isn't, and like we already touched on this, but like it's not like all of a sudden everything sunshine, just like goes away.
Flowers,
if anything, I would say it actually gets harder. Not like, it's exactly like what you said, not because like more bad things happen in your life, but because now, why would the enemy attack you when you're on his side versus now you're on the opposing side, you're with Christ. So now of course the enemy is going to start like spiritual warfare, where now you're dealing with that on top of what you were already dealing with in your life.
Like, I think this is like one of like my favorite like points.
Yeah.
Is that it really doesn't get any easier.
No.
And like I said in the beginning, like, it only feels that way because there's nothing Satan could have like complained about. Oh, like, he's going to the club, perfect, that's where I want him to be.
Exactly.
But if you're at church,
Satan doesn't want you there.
He doesn't want you there. Like, he doesn't want you.
He'll make it hard for you to go to church. He'll give you work that day, and then he'll make something else, and then he'll make you have homework, and then you got whatever, and then, oh no, you forgot your wallet at home. Now you have to turn around and go home, and then now there's construction, and then now there's...
Girl. Oh. Wow. Okay, wait. Stop. Hold on. No, because now
we hit it out.
Yeah, no, because now that we're talking about church, and like what you just said, like, oh, like Satan will literally put anything in your way in order for you to like not go to church.
Yeah.
For some reason, that made my brain think about church hurt. And like, it's not even just like church hurt, but like I don't know if you know her. Her name's like Millicent or something like that.
We're like name dropping.
No, because she's like a popular like preacher.
Oh my gosh! I thought this was like somebody that you knew that you were just gonna. I was like,
name dropping.
I was like, Ariel, I feel like you shouldn't say something.
Watching right now.
Just be like, so you know this person that goes to this church that did. I was like,
no.
Like, we gotta cut that out, guys.
We'll talk about this later. No, okay, but she's like a preacher.
Sorry, I thought it's on an ant.
No,
it's not an ant.
Okay.
It was a fuzz.
Wow, we're so distracted.
No, we just got all the energy.
The Holy Spirit is like speaking.
He really said,
no.
"Hey guys."
Hey guys. But,
sorry, anyways, Millicent, is that?
Yeah, so okay, wait, I'll actually show you. But I think that we could really, like. Okay.
Oh, her.
Yes.
I know her. Yeah.
So on fire, and
I know her. I love her accent.
Yeah,
it just
but it's just like so boom, like her like preaching.
I love her.
Like,
I was gonna say I love her preaching style. How she's not just like, yeah, so like guys, like God loves you, and God's like, she's literally gonna be like, you like da da da, like you like burn, like whatever.
Yes, I don't know. There's like a word for it, but she's very like straightforward and confident with her like thing, and she like digs deep in your skin. Like she'll literally convict you in the worst possible
best possible way.
Best worst possible ways. Like you will literally feel so like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I am relating to this and I'm being convicted of this, but now it feels good because I can now work on this type of like that's how she preaches. Yeah. But anyway, there's like this one preaching that she did, and she starts speaking about church hurt. The way I got convicted so bad, she was like, church hurt shouldn't even be a definition. Like, it should never be. Like, why are we blaming the church? Yeah. The body, the temple of Christ. Yeah. For hurting you. Yeah. Like, no. The church didn't The church didn't hurt you. The people in the church hurt you. Yeah. Don't, like, compare that and be like, oh, like, now I can't do this. Now I can't go to church because of this person. I can't go to church because the guy that I like, the girl that I like at church doesn't like me. Da 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 da. Oh my gosh.
This is exactly like, I swear we must have touched on this. This is like when we were talking about how people stop going to church and then they blame the people in the church. Yes. And being like, oh, like, I'm not I don't believe in God anymore because, like, this person was mean to me. But, like, hello, is that person God? No. What? Yeah. Make it make sense. Yeah. Because what do you mean you're telling me you're not going to church and you're not following God just because somebody in church made you mad? Or somebody in church hurt you? Go to a different church. There's, like, a billion.
Or like, go to a different aisle, bro. Like... Like, what? And you know what? No, okay, because I'm actually so guilty of this. I'm so guilty of, like, saying church hurt, but I grew out of it, and I genuinely, like, the amount of times I can say that you just gotta forgive and move on. The only reason why I'm not going to that church anymore is because I was so in it, but, like, and, like, anywhere you would turn, like, I would genuinely, like, be like, turn up. Like, literally, it wouldn't work.
And you know what? That's why I say, like, go to a different church. Because you also want church to be a time where you can focus on your relationship with God.
Like, you shouldn't be focusing
on people around you. If you're in church and you're, like, looking around you and you're like, I don't feel comfortable to be in my faith here, then, again, don't blame God.
You grow.
That's not the church's fault. That's not God's fault. That's just the people who are there.
In the church.
Yeah. So... go find
guys. That really convicted me. Like,
bars.
When I saw that. Bars.
I have always felt so strongly about how don't blame the church and don't blame God for something that a person does, because that is not
it's big on
that is not the same. Yeah,
really, really big on that one.
We've already kind of touched on this one a little bit, but how following Jesus will cost you
something. Yeah.
You are going to have to make sacrifices, whether it be like your time, like how comfortable you are, your relation, like we touched on before, friendships, relationships, guys. Like you will have to make sacrifices, especially like, again, like we talked about, against like your flesh and against like your personal desires. You will have to sacrifice to give into what he wants for your life.
Yeah.
And that is like not easy at all. I don't know.
Actually, let's read a verse for that one, because that one's like low-key, like a little bit, you guys need to be convicted a little bit. Luke 14. The cost of following Jesus. That's literally the topic. It says, now great crowds were traveling with him, so he turned and said to them, if anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not bear his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you wanting to build a tower doesn't first sit down and calculate the cost to see if he has enough to complete it? Otherwise, after he said he has laid the foundation and cannot finish it, all the onlookers will begin to ridicule him, saying, this man started to build and wasn't able to finish. Or what king going to war against another king will not first sit down and decide if he is able with 10,000 to oppose the one who comes against him with 20,000? Obviously, chapter-ish is saying we can't, like, wait, hold on. Let the Holy Spirit cook. Give me a second. Yeah, it'll cost you something, and like you can't like start something and then like not continue it. Yeah, like we can't go into a relationship with Christ and then be like, oh, but God, this relationship, I can't just leave this. Oh, but God, my work, my job, like, I need this job, girl.
You can't use it's not you, it's me against God. Yeah. Like, you can't be like, God, it's not you, it's me. He's gonna be like, what do you mean it's you? Stand up, come here.
We know it's you. You gotta come here
what
anyway.
You mean? Like, duh. Go and get over here.
It's not me. I'm perfect. Like, what?
I just love the first part of that verse where it says, like, if you don't literally hate everyone and everything in your life,
then you
can, and if you're not struggling, like, you're not,
you can't follow him,
like, because you will struggle, and you will never be like in a perfect relationship with everyone in your life, and you will never have like everybody be perfect around you at all times, and like what you said, you're not gonna wake up at 5 a.m. every single day, do like a 3-hour Bible study, go on like a 2-hour walk listening to only worship music. You're not gonna like never sin, never think any sinful thoughts, never do anything bad, like never, and then just like live this perfect life. It's not gonna happen.
Dang.
And so
the moment I wake up at 5 a.m. I'm already happy. So
if I was to ever get out of bed at 5 a.m., that's an accomplishment in itself. That's enough. Like,
that's enough for me.
Kudos. If that is you,
I'm trying to be like
I'm brave. Like,
I'm trying to be like you.
What did I just say?
You said I'm brave.
Where did that come from?
What is she brave about?
Wait,
guys?
Yeah, where did that come from? What?
Get back to the next episode and you'll find out.
Why did I randomly say I'm brave?
The caption, the thing is gonna be why prophecy is brave.
No. It's just, I don't know. Why did I say that? That was like, I did like, that was like not even like a thought. Like I was just like, I'm brave.
Okay.
Where did that come from? That was like not even me that said that. I don't know who said that.
I'm brave. So that
it's like daily affirmations, but I don't even know why I said it.
We started talking about
I'm strong, I'm brave, I'm kind.
Like, stop. Yes, we love daily affirmations.
Okay, why did I say that?
I don't know. You were like, oh, I love that. I'm brave.
What?
Girl.
Maybe God thought I had to hear that. Maybe he's like, you know what?
With a straight face too. You're like,
yeah.
Like, stuff that in. Right. I'm scared.
That was funny, but
wow.
That was
that's our coffee break apparently. Why
maybe that's the coffee break. Why? Okay, ready? Well, okay, coffee break. Why prophecy is brave? And then clip it. I'm brave. I'm brave. Coffee break. Over.
So our next topic, before we get even more distracted,
hey guys.
God cares more about holiness than happiness.
I love this point.
Okay, let's touch up on that.
I like the idea that it's not that he doesn't care about our happiness. That's not what the sentence is saying. Saying that he cares more about holiness than happiness is saying that he cares more about us living for him and working towards like heaven versus our worldly pride in our happiness and our comfort in like where we are. And I think that's like a huge thing and has a lot to do with like discipline in like our faith and like discipline in our spirits. When God talks about like caring more about holiness than happiness, it's just I don't know where I was going with that.
No, you're good. You want to keep going, or
no,
you want to take over?
Pass.
Pass. Okay. How I think of it is that, like you said, it doesn't mean that he doesn't care about our happiness. But to me, it just, like, obviously God cares more about how genuine we are with him than how we like face and view the world. So we have to like,
I like that.
We have to like change our perspective in order to fit in having a relationship with Christ. Because I'm gonna put this back into like the fence. We can't be on the fence and then think or consider that as having or being in a relationship with Christ. Because it's just not like, it's either you're in or you're out. When God talks about being holy and when God talks about being like in a genuine relationship with him, he's not talking about, okay, but now that you're in this relationship with me, are you happy? Like, it doesn't work that way. And I feel like obviously God wants to combine being holy and being happy together. But a lot of people consider being holy and also being happy as separate things. For an example, like a lot of people, and especially in our generation, like they'll take holy as an example of going to church on Sunday. But then their happiness is where the club is at, or their happiness is where the toxic relationship that they have is. And I think that, or when it comes to God caring more about your holiness, is when you're like, okay, like clearly I need to be convicted of something, or clearly I need to change something in my life if my happiness isn't correlated with being holy.
Oh, I like that a lot.
And it's very hard to like be happy within just your relationship with Christ and then also following whatever there is out there in the world. Because with like Christ and being in a relationship with Christ, it's just like there, you know what I mean? Like it's never changing. It's never, you know, like God doesn't put up a trend and be like, oh, follow this, guys. Like, no. But the world has that. Like Satan is putting so many things out in the world and be like, okay, now follow this. After you follow that and it's gone, follow this, follow this, follow this. But God doesn't have that. God is saying, this is my word, this is what I want from you, you just need to follow it.
Amen.
And like, if you're not happy about that, clearly you're still on that fence, or clearly wrong. You're still not even on God's side, or not in that relationship with Christ.
I like this verse, Hebrews 12, like 5-6. And it says, and you have forgotten the exhortation that addresses you as sons. And then this is quoting the Lord. My son, do not take the Lord's discipline lightly or lose heart when you are reproved by him, for the Lord disciplines the one he loves and punishes every son he receives. Like, God will discipline us, and he will, like, it literally says, like, he will discipline the one that he loves. And it's because that God loves us and he wants what is best for us, he will discipline us. And this also totally goes into how what is best for us won't also align with what we necessarily want. And so, like, our happiness might lie with, let's say we want thing A. We want thing A, but thing B is probably better for us. We want thing A, but God instead gives us thing B. Now we're sad because we wanted thing A, even though in reality thing B is better for us. That's like a clear example of spiritual discipline that he's giving us, because now we're not getting what we want. He's giving us what we need, which is better, guys, but hard.
Shocking but not so shocking factor is that you're gonna be upset in the beginning, but in the end, or in the future, you're gonna realize why that mattered so much. Using even your example, because you literally brought this up during the end of it, was when you were like, even though like weird way of like thanking God for allowing it to happen, it happened for a reason, and now
Like hindsight.
Yeah. Hindsight. Like literally.
You can look back and be like, I'm thankful it happened. Yeah.
Because if, let's say you chose thing A, even if God told you to choose thing B, like imagine where you would be if you had chosen thing B. And you would never know because you decided to go against God's will. You decided to go against God's word. I'm not even trying to convict you. Like genuinely think about it. Like if you had chosen to choose Christ from the very beginning instead of asking for his advice and then going on into your own anyway, like one, what was the point of you asking him? And then two, now you don't even know where your life is, and that's why we feel so lost a lot of the times. Because we go against his word.
I really like this part here. God's like first priority isn't our like temporary gratification, but it's our eternal life and our eternal transformation. Like he is not thinking about like even the next 5 years. That is short-term stuff compared to eternity that you will have spending with him. Like he is looking out for you in like the literal long run. Like the longest run. Like
no, like bro, like even imagine our parents. Like if they're already telling you don't do this because this will ruin your future, imagine God being like
how much more wisdom he has.
Like imagine how like he knows what we'll do tomorrow and in 5 years and 10 years. Like imagine if you're already listening to your parents, why not listen to
why would you not
God? You know what I mean? And I'm saying this with also conviction in my heart as well. That like I also need to work on this. And yes, like we don't want you to think that us bringing these topics in and talking about it is like our way of being hypocritical. Like we're talking about
we're saying it for us too.
And like ways to also help us build that like relationship with God.
In terms of like literally everything that we touched on, just like the most important thing is remembering like our walk won't be easy, and God said it won't be easy, and like there will be so many daily struggles, like from like every side. You're gonna be like like you're just like things thrown at you, like you don't know what's coming. But like the most important thing is like God's peace and God himself is like always with you. And so like no matter what happens, you're not alone. So
and I guess to end this topic and this episode, guys, I just want to read this last verse that ties in with obviously this topic, but in the whole topic in itself. And it's Psalm 16 verse 11. It says, "You reveal the path of life to me. In your presence is abundant joy. All your right hand are eternal pleasures." And that's literally what you just said. Is that God knows us from beginning to end, and God makes no mistakes, guys. Like he is right about every single thing, every single point in your life. There's not one thing that is happening or has happened in your life that God didn't know was gonna happen or
didn't prepare you for.
Like he has been protecting you. And I guess all we can say about this topic is that yes, we have pointed out like a few of like reasons why it is so hard following Jesus from the like at first, but I guess like the more you dig yourself deeper into the relationship and dig yourself in like his love and his presence, the more you will find more peace than hardship in that relationship with Christ. So.
For sure. Always remember that it's not an obligation, but it's a privilege.
Yes.
And we should be so thankful for the work that he does for us and for all that we have from him. And so thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and we are very excited now. We're hoping to be like more consistent again. Now that we found time, we want to get another episode out for sure, at least by summer ends. So we will look forward to seeing you guys then, and we hope that you guys continue watching. And okay,
thank you.
Bye guys.